Here I have a photograph of a red-breasted nuthatch in December issue of Birders World. The photograph is by Jerry Sybil. And I saw it and I just fell in love with it and figured I wanted to explore it. So I sat down and I drew it into my book. I really don't have a plan about what this page is going to be or what it's going to say. I just know that I wanted to explore this image and see what it could bring up for me. So I'm using gouache, and I'm probably using it more like watercolor at the moment. I flooded the paper. This is 140-pound watercolor paper, and I flooded it with a wash just in this lower right hand corner of the page, and playing with how the paint is going into the paper. I'm not worrying too much about the entire image. I can figure this composition out as I go, and I trust that I will. So, and you know, I mean, most of the time it's just having fun with what the paint does anyway. Got a big bucket of water off to the side. I don't want my brush too wet, but I do want to be able to move it around, so I'm just playing, putting some color down. I should have maybe gotten I like how stark that line is right there, so I know that I need to leave that alone. So I'm not going to go into that area. But this paper is still wet here, so it's not like I can't move the paint around inside the wet area. And I know, you know, like when I look at the drawing that I did compared to the photograph that the man took, I know a few things are off. And you know what? It's okay. I generally got the image down. I'm going to flood the other half of the paper and put some more color down. By flooding, I just mean, you know, I take water and I'm like puddling it around so that, you know, there's sizing on top of watercolor paper, and it's there to help you control control putting paint on the paper and the rate of acceptance of the paper. So kind of, it's the fun of working with watercolor media and this paper in particular. Watercolor. Well, not this paper, but watercolor paper in particular. So I'm going right up to the dry areas, but not over. I'm staying in the flooded area. The paper. Now I'm making the paint flow toward my puddle, and this area is sort of light. I'm going to take some paint, move it away. Watercolors are sort of an additive media, so I can make this area darker or make this area can try to move the paint a little bit from this area. Seems to me like I would like the area underneath his tail to be lighter. I kind of like what's happening. I have some more. I have some paper towels here. I'm just gonna take some paint away. Sometimes a paper towel can leave a little bit of texture. You don't really want that. You want to be in control. And of course, this is the gutter of my book, so where I've sewn the signatures together, the paint is going to seep down into those holes, and I can't really help it. I don't, you know, I'm not a book binder, although I made this book. So I'm not strict. I don't have any real rules. I just want to make my own books because I love journaling. Not because I want to be perfect. Fantastic. I'd like to get a few splatters on there. No, not really working. Might have some paint.